Did you know that your cell phone is probably harming your health? Right, CC Cheney here, and today I want to talk about two ways that your cell phones and other devices may be harming your health, and a couple of natural alternatives that you can use to improve some of that. So, the average person checks their smartphone approximately 85 times a day, right? And I was reading some statistics, and it said 60% of the population actually spends about 6 or more hours on their devices each day. Right. And so I'm looking at that and I'm going, yeah, guilty. Anybody else guilty of being on their phones or on their laptops or their devices a whole lot? Right. I totally am too. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Alexis. Thanks for popping on. So I was looking at that and I started looking and doing some research. And so one of the ways that your cell phone and devices is likely harming you is it's ruining your spine. Right? So I was reading an article earlier today, and it said that looking down at your devices is like having a 60-pound weight on your neck, right? 60-pound weight on your neck. And, this also happens when you read and you do other things like that. But the reality is that we spend so much time on our phones and our devices that we're doing this a lot more often. So my natural remedy for this is, guys, chiropractic care, right? Has anybody used the chiropractor before? If you used the chiropractor before, drop a 1 in the comments, right? So I started doing chiropractic care probably 4 or 5 years ago. And the reason that we started was because my husband had a severe back injury from his time in Iraq with the military. And we were looking for some remedies to his chronic pain. Now, when we go, our chiropractor says, hey, we've got some family deals here if you want to go ahead and get an assessment too. And I was like, okay, hey, whatever. Not thinking that I needed chiropractic care at all, thinking, I don't know how this is going to help me. So we go in, we do our examinations, we get our x-rays, we do our health evaluations, and once all of that's done, the chiropractor brings us in and he's showing us our scans and telling us all of our information. And very obviously we can see that hubby has a severe injury, right? He had to have surgery at some point. But the chiropractor looked at me and he said, wow, in a lot of ways your spine looks worse than his. Right? And I'm like, what does that mean? I had like bone spurs and all of these issues. And he looked at me and he said, what do you do for work? You're on a computer all day, right? And I was like, yep. At the time I was working from home. I was on my computer all day. I was on my cell phone all night, and it was really bad. Right? And I can't speak highly enough about chiropractic care. I had such an incredible experience. It helped me with my migraines. If you're a chronic migraine sufferer, after, some time with chiropractic and we did new scans, we were able to see lots of improvement. I could physically see the improvement. So that's the number one recommendation that I have. That's totally a natural way for you to help deal with the spine issue. Hey guys, thanks for hopping on. So the second thing that your cell phone and devices is doing to harm you is it's ruining your skin. I actually have notes here because I want to make sure I get that info good for you guys. Hey, Monique, hey, Toya. So that I don't mess up this information. But I was reading about this and I thought this was so fascinating. So is anybody familiar with blue light? If you're familiar with blue light and what that does to your skin, just let me know in the comments. I was not familiar with this until fairly recently. So look, Monique says, I was just researching how damaging blue light is from our phones. Yes, right. And me too. So blue light is also known as high energy visible light. So you might see that written somewhere. And it causes oxidative stress to our skin, right? And we kind of think about UV rays causing damage, right? We know about the sun and we say, okay, we know that that's going to cause damage to our skin. But what's interesting about the blue light in our devices is that it actually can penetrate deeper than the rays from the sun. So it causes more damage and more stress to your skin, right? So I saw this and I was like, wow, this is crazy. So some of the things you might notice, if you start to see brown spots in your skin, if you start to see wrinkling, if you're starting to see uneven skin tone, these are signs that your skin already has some damage from your devices, right? And who wants to look older than they actually are, right? Who wants premature aging? I had no idea, right? Monique says, I had no idea it's damaging to our skin. It sure is, right? Should we have the blue light set to low all day? Absolutely. So that's one of the things that I wanted to say today. My sister actually told me about this a few months ago, and I legit did not pay enough attention. She just told me, dude, this is not good for you. So reduce your settings on your phone. Right? So go into your phone settings and put that blue light down, right? I have mine turned off on my cell phone, no point. Now, I haven't been able to see how to do that on my Mac. If anybody knows how to do that, let me know, right? Because I have no idea how to do that. But it's something that you want to reduce, because why damage your skin, right? When there's really, we can't get away from our cell phones, right? Right. I'm seeing all these emojis, right? I totally get it, guys. It's shocking, right? So the other thing that you can do is you can treat the blue light damage, right? And so I was seeing these testimonials about this really cool skincare product that is natural, that doesn't have all the toxins in it, that doesn't have the parabens and all the junk in it, that is used to reverse some of that damage. And I've seen really incredible before and afters. I actually bought a jar yesterday, but it helps to reverse some of that damage. So if you are interested in learning more about blue light damage and learning more about this incredible product that's helping people reverse some of that damage, drop an info in the comments and I'll just send you a little PDF that shares some more information, and you can decide for yourself if it's something that's of interest to you. But I wanted to share those two things that your cell phone is doing that's damaging your health. And guys, why do that, right? Let's see. Jason says, my Samsung let me turn it off, but I haven't found out on other devices, right? I think I have a Samsung, and you can do it. Guys, do a Google search to see what you need to do in terms of your devices, right? If you have an iPad, if you have a cell phone, you've got a device that's got some blue light. If you've got a laptop, you've got a device that's got this blue light and it's affecting your skin, right? And Monique says, some phones don't have the blue light reduction. Absolutely. You're so right. When my sister told me, she said, you may or may not have that option. So if you have the option, definitely go in and correct that. Monique says she had to download an app for my Android. Okay, that is fabulous info. So guys, according to Monique, you can go ahead and you can look for an app that will allow you to reduce your blue light. So do that as well. And Toya says, oh, you're welcome for the info. And yes, absolutely, YouTube, guys, do a Google search. This is what I was looking at this morning. That's why I wanted to write this down and share with you guys. If you want to know some information about reversing it, shoot me a message or drop a info in the comments. And other than that, guys, that's all I have for you. Thank you, Monique. Thank you, everybody, for hopping on today. So happy to provide you guys with some value. And I will chat with you guys soon. Ciao.